up guys, Phoenix here, and today we're going to be finishing, or starting actually, the Team Instinct pixel art that I showcased, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, and it might have been a week or two. PokemonGO's been out for a while, but what we're going to be doing, instead of just using dirt and our usual black wool for the frame, we're going to be using dirt and our yellow for Instinct, dirt and blue for Mystic, and dirt and red for Valor, and then when you're done, you're going to surround the whole thing in black wool. So we're not going to be using black and dirt for this. So what I like to do is get a little bit off the ground, and for this first part, we're not going to be doing zapdos. We're going to be doing the outer frame of him, you know, the pointy triangle that surrounds the zapdos. So if you want to use sandstone for this part, I'll tell you when to switch over into yellow for the zapdos, but I'm going to be using yellow for the whole thing. So what we're going to do is start with one block, and that's how we're going to kick the whole thing off. And once we get up to the zapdos part, we'll bridge off into it, but for now we're not going to do that. So let's put another block on top, and then one to the right. So that will start off the V shape that we're trying to create. So we're going to be working with the left side, so we're going to be going up and to the left on the left side. So place a block there, 2 vertical, then 1 single. And it's going to be a lot of 2s and 1s just to get the shape going. The whole pixel art as a whole is just a lot of 2s and 1s. So I'll be sure to stop when necessary. So we're going to keep going up and to the left now. 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then after that, 1 single. Usually after the verticals, we're gonna just switch over into a single. So if I forget otherwise, or if you see me put a single and I don't speak about it, which I probably won't do, just know that there's a single after like almost every vertical. So after that, we're gonna up and to left 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 2 times in a row. Then gonna go up and to left 1 single, like I said. After that. From there, we're going to actually mimic what we just did a second time. We're going to up and to the left 2 vertical, then 1 single. So placing block 1, 2, that's 1. Placing block 1, 2, that's 2. And then if we finish it up with another single, so there's our single right there. And just always clean up your dirt blocks. It's easy to do from here. It's not like the other pixel arts where it's kind of hard to clean up your workspace. It's pretty simple to do here. Anyways, from there, we're going to up and to the left 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. So placing block 1, 2. So we're going to do that 3 times. So this is 1. Whoops, there's 2, and there's 3. From there, we're going to go up and to left 1 single, up and to left 2 vertical, 2 times in a row, 1, 2, 1, 2. And this pixel is fairly small, so we're almost at the top already. So from there, we're going to go up and to the left 1 single, up and to left 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. 1, 2, placement block. 1, 2, placement block. 1, 2. And let me just zoom out so I can see how it looks, because there's a lot of similar things. We have 3, 2, 3, and before that we have. So it should look like this. Let me just keep the top half actually in focus so that nobody gets confused. Anyways, from there we're gonna go up and to left 1 single. And then we're actually going to mimic this last part again. We're going to go up and to the left 2 vertical, 3 times in a row, and then finish it with 1 single. And that'll be the tip of one of the spikes. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then finish up with 1 single. And that'll be the tip of one of the spikes. We can actually back the cameraman up a little bit soon, but right now we don't need to. I'm going to just kind of shift him though, because even though the pixel art is fairly small, if you don't frame it right, it's going to look kind of awkward. Anyways, from that 1 single that we have at the top right here, we're going to put 1 on top and 1 to the left. We're then going to go to the right of it, put a placement block like this. Then underneath that placement block, we're going to put 1 yellow. And then to the right of that placement block, we're going to put 2 yellows. 1, 2, like that. From the left block and that 2 yellow, we're going to put 1 on top. We're then going to go up and to the left, 2 vertical, 4 times in a row. Actually, I think we can do 5. We can get away with 5. So let's go up and to the left, 2 vertical, 5 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go back now and delete these extra dirt blocks. And like I said, we're going to surround this later in black wool, so don't be too worried about it. But for now, we're going to have to come back down with it and meet the other side. So going from the 2 verticals we have right here, what we're going to do is go to the second to last one and work from there. So this is the second to last 2 vertical we have. And on the bottom block, we're actually going to put 1 to the right. From that 1 to the right, we're going to put 1 below it with placement block like that. So let's mark it so we can follow along. And what we're going to do is use this as our marker to continue. Ignore all the other blocks we placed. We're only going to be using these 2 to continue with what we're looking at. So we're going to go down to the right from here, 2 vertical. And it kind of met up with what we already had. Then we're going to go down and to the right, 1 single. Down and to the right, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. And you see now it kind of bridged off from what we already had. Before it kind of blended in, but after we did those 2, 3 in a row, we're finally hanging by ourselves. So we're going to keep going from there, going down and to the right. So put your placement block underneath or to the right side. 1 single. Down and to the right, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, that's 1, 2, 3. Let me just zoom out so you guys can see it. From there, we're going to go down and to the right, 1 single again. Down and to the right, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. We're going to do this pattern actually again. You see how we have 3 sets of 2 vertical and then 1 single? Do that exact pattern again. So 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, and then finish it with 1 single once again. Very easy to say when you can just do the pattern twice in a row like that. Let me just zoom out in case you didn't understand what I meant. So maybe you can just get yours to look similar or even just exactly like this. From there now, we're going to go down and to the right, 2 vertical, 2 times in a row instead of 3 times, and then 1 single. So 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2, and then 1 single. We're then going to go down and to the right, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row now. So 1, 2, 3, and then finish that up with 1 single. So we have 2, 2, 2, and then 1. And we're going to do that pattern a second time now, just like we did up there. We did that 2 times in a row. So let's do 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, then 1 single. So as you can see, it's that same pattern 2 times in a row. And then to finish this up, before we hit the middle kind of centerpiece right there, we're going to go down and to the right, 2 vertical like this, 2 times in a row. So this is 1, and that's 2. And then for our like little center part right here, we're going to go down and to the right, 1 single. And it should be above the block we originally started at, which it is right here. See? And if it is, it's good, because now we can do the other half of the V shape by going up and to the right from here. So from that single, we're going to up and to the right, 1 single. Up and to the right, 2 vertical. Up and to the right, 1 single again. Up and to the right, 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. We're then going to go up and to the right, 1 single after that. Just like I said, after every vertical, we have 1 single just to kind of mix it off. Let me zoom out so you can see. We have 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. Doesn't make much sense, but you're going to see it right there if you're following along carefully, and I've reached this part successfully. From that 1 single now, we're going to go up and to the right, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. So 2 vertical just like this. Let's do that 3 times in a row. So that's 1, 2, 3. We're then going to go up and to the right, 1 single. And like I said, there's going to be just constant 2s and 1s. So just make sure you keep up. We're then going to do that same pattern again. 2 vertical, 3 times in a row, followed by 1 single. So make sure you're able to keep up. So 2 vertical once, twice, and a 3rd time. And to finish it up with another single. And as you can see, we're about halfway to reaching the same height as we are on the left side. We're then going to go up and to the right. 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. So 1, 2. And then we're going to switch that up with a single afterwards. So I don't think zooming out does much here. If you have an issue or you think you might have fallen behind, please go back to the exact timer you were at. Or you can just restart this entire section from coming from the bottom right here and ending up to here. if it needs to be. Anyways, from there we're going to up and to the right, the same pattern again, 2 vertical, 2 times in a row, followed by a single. So 1, 2, and then a single. And now we're almost at the peak, so what we're going to do is go up and to the right, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, then a single, then 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. So 1, 2, then a single again. And then for the highest point, we're going to go up and to the right, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row again. So 1, 2, 3. As you can see, we're kind of even with the other side, but we're not too well off. We still have a lot we have to do to bring up the right side. And this V shape is kind of boring, guys, I know, but once we start the zapdos, or the inner part, or the bird, it should be a lot more easier to do, or a lot more fun. It's a nice shape. Anyways, let's go back to the top right here where we have the 2 vertical. And what we're going to do is go to the top block and put 1 to the right and then 1 above that. Get this lightning bolt shape. Then from that lightning bolt shape, we're going to go directly to the 2 on the right we just placed, so these. And we're going to work with those. So we're going to go down to the left from here, 2 vertical. And we already have 1 right here, so we just put 1 below it. And just put a marker on these as you place them to make sure that they're separate from the other arch. Then we're going to go down and to the left, 2 vertical, 3 more times. So there's 1 already right here, 2, 1 right here, 2, and then down and to the left, 2 vertical. So you should have something that looks like this. Outlining it does help like that, so you can tell that this is not part of the original arch. Then we're going to go down and to the left, 1 single, down and to the right, 2 flat. And from the right block in that 2 flat, we're going to put 1 below it. And then we're going to continue on this pathway towards the bottom. So we're going to go down and to the left from there, 1 single, 1, down and to the left, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. So placement, 1, 2, 3. And since we're going down and to the left, guys, remember your placement block each time goes to the left or underneath the final block, and that helps you place. Anyways, from there we're going to go down and to the left, 1 single. Then we're going to go down and to the left, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. And let me just zoom out and see how this looks, because I kind of don't want to mess this up. So I might drop down to the bottom right there and bring that up as well, because going at this angle, going down to the left is kind of awkward for me. But it's not too bad. I guess I can stick with it. I don't want to make things too difficult for you guys, so I'll actually stick with it. We're going to keep going down to the left, 1 single. Down to left, 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. 1, 2. Down to left, 1 single again. Down to left, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. So placement, 1, 2, 3. Down to left, 1 single. And we're going to do this pattern again, the 3 in a row followed by a single. So do that 1 more time. So 3, 2 verticals in a row. So 1, 2, 3, followed by a single. As you can see, we did 2 of them in a row. So if I zoom out, you have 2 of them in a row like that. The same pattern, don't feel confused. And now for the final bit right here, the final stretch, we're going to go down to the left, 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. 1, 2, placement block, 1, 2, followed by a single. I'm messing up. Okay, I got it. Then we're going to down to the left, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. As you can see, it closed off the shape, so you can get rid of the extra blocks now, and you can even color in the inside with yellow if you want, because this is the base, the bottom is complete. So now we're going to jump into the bird, because the bird is the most interesting part of the pixel art, and we spent enough time on this V shape. So we're going to jump right into the bird, and the closest point to actually do the bird start is on the left side of him. So let's go to the left side of this V shape. And we're going to go about halfway to where we have this 1 single chilling right here. Let me see what's on the left and right of it so I'm able to describe it to you perfectly. It's about 3 down, I think, actually. So if we were to start from the bottom, let's start from the bottom and find our way up to it. From the bottom, we're going to go up and to the left. The 2 verticals we have right here. then the one single, then the three sets of twos, then the single, the three sets of twos again, then the single, then we have two sets of twos, then a single, and that's where we're going to be, this single right here. So this single is in between the two sets of twos on the right and the three sets of twos on the left. It's about halfway. Hopefully you guys are able to find it. I really don't want anybody getting lost here. Hopefully everybody's able to do this. And from there, what we're going to do is we're going to go up and to the right, 3 placement blocks from there. So put your placement blocks up and to the right, 3 singles, like so. So you should have something that looks like this. And to the right of those placement blocks, we're going to put 2 yellows going to the right, like that. And that's how we're going to start. From the right block in that 2 yellow, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to put 3 going above it, 1, 2, 3. And we're also going to go up and to the right 2 flat from it, 1, 2. So it should have something that looks like this to start off your zapdos. I'm going to call it a zapdos because that's what it is, but it's not really supposed to look completely like zapdos. It's supposed to be like a sketch of him, I guess. Anyways, from the 3 vertical, we're going to go up and to the right, 2 vertical. So 1, 2. Up and to the left, 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down and to the left, 1 single. So we're just shaping out the tail. And from the final block, and that block right before the 1 single we just placed, we're going to skip that one and the one next to it, like so. And we're going to go up and to the right 1 single from it. We're then going to continue that pattern. We're going to go up and to the right 2 flat and 1 single twice. So 2 flat, 1 single, that's once. 2 flat, 1 single, that's twice. Let me just zoom out and show you. Like that, all at a diagonal, not connected directly. And to finish off the top right here, we're just going to go up and to the right 3 flat. 1, 2, whoops, 2, 3. From that 3 flat, we're going to go down into the right 1 single. Down to the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Up into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2. Placement block. 1, 2. And from that 2, that one right here, the one that's always at the top, it should be even with the 3 we have over here because these are both the highest points in the tail. But we're going to go down into the right now and curve it back inwards and complete the pointiness known as the tail. So we're going to go down into the right 2 flat now. So since we're going down into the right, put your placement block underneath the final block each time, just like this. Then we're going to go down to the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2. Placement block. 1, 2. Down to the right 1 single. And then finishing up this end, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat. So let me just zoom out and show you guys how it's supposed to look. So we have 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, and then 2. Very easy to follow along with. From that 2, however, we're not going to be done with it yet, that final 2. We're going to put 4 to the left of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And use that to continue with the rest of the tail. From that final block on the left, we're going to go down into the left from it. 2 vertical. Down to the right, 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. From the bottom block in that 2 vertical, we're going to put 1 to the left. And then we're going to hit the middle part of this tail. So we're going to up and to the left 1 single. Then up and to the left 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. And from here, we're going to start going down and connecting the arch towards the center of his tail. So we're going to go down and to the left 1 single. Down and to the left 4 vertical. So our placement block goes underneath because we said down and to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Placement block. Down to the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And then to finish off this little tip of the tail, we're going down to the left 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the tip from the right side. Now what we're going to do is go to the 4 that we just put at the bottom right here and continue building up to the left side. From the 4 we put at the base right here, we're going to skip the first 2 at the bottom right here. And what we're going to do is go up and to the left from them, 3 vertical, sorry. 1, 2, 3, like that. So as you can see, it goes at the diagonal of the ones we just skipped. And we're going to do that 2 more times after we do it once. So we need 3 in a row. So this is 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. 1, whoops, wrong color. 1, 2, 3, that's 3. And that's the 3 in a row we were looking for. And now to close out the shape, we're going to up and to the left 1 single. Up and to the left 2 flat. And then down and to the left 1 single. And like I said with the other part, you can color this in right now, but we're just going to jump right into the body next to continue the train going, or get the ball rolling, whatever you want to say it as. So what we're going to do is go up to the left side right here where we have the 3 flat, and we're actually going to go up and to the right from there. And to continue the upper body, I'm going to go 2 flat like so. So it's really close. So from that 2 flat, we're actually going to go down to the right 1 single, up and to the right 1 single, and then up and to the right 2 flat. And that just sets up the bottom board, or the bottom border of the body meeting up with the tail. As you can see, there's some free space right here that's not going to be touched. But we're going to move on to the upper body now. So we're going to go to the left side where we have the 2 flat that's connected to the 3 flat. And we're going to keep going up and to the left, which means our placement block will go on the left side. 2 flat, 2 times in a row. So 1, 2. We're then going to go up to the left 1 single. And then up and to the left 2 flat 4 times in a row. So 1, placement block, 2, placement block, 3, placement block, 4. And that's actually going to be it for this part with the flats. We're actually going to just go up and to the left now with verticals before we transition back into flats again for the spikes of the wings. So we're going to go up and to the left, 2 vertical. And from the top block on the 2 vertical, we're going to put 1 to the right. And then go up and to the right 1 single, like this. From that 1 single, we're going to go up and to the left 2 flat. Up and to the left 3 flat, 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left 2 flat again. Up and to the left 3 flat 2 times in a row, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And for the tip of this first spike of the wing, we're just going to go up and to the left 2 flat now. And then on to the right side of that 2 flat, we're going to add 6 to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it for wing number 1. You can go back now and delete these extra dirt blocks that are in your way, or the red blocks like I have kind of chilling at the bottom there. We do not need that, so I'll go back and get rid of it. Very easy to remove. Anyways, from that 8 now, we're going to continue by going up and to the right 1 single, and then we're going to branch back out for the top wing. So we're going to be going up and to the left from here. So that means your placement block again will be on the left side. So we're going to up and to the left 2 singles, 1, 2, up and to the left 2 flat, up and to the left 2 singles again. So you should have this. Up and to the left 2 flat again. So it's just back and forth basically between singles and flats until we hit the top, and then it's going to go back inwards, and it's going to be a bunch of singles. I mean flats, not too many singles mixed in. Anyways, from there we're going to up and to the left 1 single, up and to the left 2 flat, then 2 singles, and then to hit the tip we're going to go up and to the left 2 flat, 1 single, then 2 flat 1 single again, and then 2 flat for the top. So it's 2 1 2 1 2. Let me just zoom out so you can see it. There it is. 2 1 2 1 2. That's just to hit the tip from what we were doing before with a bunch of singles mixed in. So on the very top where we have the 2 flat, you can mark that because that's going to be used to also reach out to the outer wing. So we're going to be going down and to the right from there. So put your placement block on the right side each time. So down and to the right, 4 flat. So we already have the first block right here. You can just add 3 to the right of it. 1 2 3. Then down and to the right 3 flat 6 times in a row. So this is very easy to do. 1 2 3 4 5, and then finally 6, and we're almost at the center already of the head. I won't get rid of these extra blocks yet, we'll do that in a bit. But from there we're going to go down into the right 1 single, up into the right 2 flat, down to the right 1 single again, just to get this little jagged area. Sorry, that's a jig-jag, that's not even a word. And then to go in for the face, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat, 2 times in a row, 1 2 1 2, and let's just go back and clean up these extra dirt blocks now. Also the coal, and I think I have some red there. No, I don't have any red. So just clean up the coal and the dirt blocks before we move on. So from here, we're going to go down into the right now, 1 single, down into the right 2 flat, And from the left block in the 2 flat, we're going to put two below it, sorry. 1, 2. And this actually is going to be touching the face. So a lot of the space leaves an empty gap right there, but this final block right here, this bottom one, if you put 2 to the right, that's actually going to be the face of Zapdos, and you can put 1 below that center block, like so. So you should have something that looks like this. We're still going to be working with this block, but I just want to add that there for the face. So from that block that I said we're still going to be working with, we're going to put 4 going down into the left from it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to go down into the right, 2 flat. Up into the right, 2 vertical. And from that 2 vertical, we're going to go to the bottom block and put 4 going to the right of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is just making a reach around, I guess, for the face. As you can see, we have a lot of wing space right here, but we don't have too much of the facial space. So from that 4, we're going to go down into the right, 2 singles. Up into the right, 2 vertical. Up into the left, 1 single. And we're heading to that corner piece right there. We're going to meet up with it. All we have to do now is go up into the left, 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, we've connected with what we already said was part of the face. I'm going to actually show you guys what's going to be part of the gap. This is gap, gap. This L shape is gap. All this stuff I'm filling in right now is not going to be colored in with anything when you're done with the pixel art. So just make sure you leave it empty. Anyways, from there, we're going to go to that piece where I told you is connected to the face. So this piece right here. And we're actually just going to go up and to the right from it, 2 vertical. Up and to the left, 1 single. Up and to the left, 2 flat. Up and to the left, 2 single. And from that last single, we're going to put 1 on top. And from that newly placed 1 on top, we're going to put 1 to the left and 1 to the right. And from there, we're going to move on to the top of Zapdos' head, because we do have 2 spikes on his head, and then we have to do the entire right side, which is a huge pain in the butt. So from there, we're going to go down into the right, 2 flat. We're then going to go up into the right, 2 vertical. And from the top block in the 2 vertical, we're going to put 1 to the right of it. From there, we're going to up and to the right, 2 vertical. 1, 2. And this is building the spike, so we're going to be doing a lot of verticals connected at diagonals. So we're going to come back out to the left by going up and to left, 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then up and to left, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And for the very top of the head, we're just going to go up and to left, 2 vertical. 1, 2. And that's actually one of the spikes complete. All we have to do now is go to that 2 vertical we have at the top, and on the bottom block, we're going to put 1 to the right of it. And mark that newly placed block and 1 below it. So you have something that looks like this. So from those marked blocks, we're going to go down and to the right, 1 single with yellow. Down to the right, 2 vertical. Down to the right, 2 single. 1, 2. Down to the right, 2 vertical. And then down to the right, 1 single for the center. So we can delete the dirt blocks now. This is like the exact center area. So there's not too much we're missing, if we're missing anything at all. And we're just going to use this now to bridge out and build the right side. The right side hasn't been started whatsoever, so it's going to take quite a bit to finish it out, but it should be okay. We're going to go up and to the right from here, 2 singles. 1, 2. Up and to the right, 2 vertical. Up and to the right, 1 single. Up and to the right, 2 vertical again. Up and to the right, 2 single. 1, 2. And for the very tip, all we're going to do is go up and to the right, 2 vertical. As you can see, it's just as spiky as we have over here. We just need to bring it back inward now by going to the 2 vertical, and we're going to go down to left, 3 vertical. So we have the 1 right here, just add 2 below it. And we're going to do that 2 more times after we do it the first time. So 1, 2. Easy. We'll just zoom out so you can see it in case you need to. We have 2, 3, 3, 3. From there, we're going to go down and to left, 2 vertical again. down and to the right, one single, and this is where we start rounding out the face by coming back down and to the right. So we're going to up and to the right now, 2 flat, and from the right block into 2 flat, we're going to put 1 below it. And then going to go down and to the right, 2 flat, up and to the right, 3 flat, 1, 2, 3. And from the 3 flat, we're going to put the left block and the middle one with 1 below them, like this. And you can mark those new 1 belows we just placed. And from those 1 belows, we're going to go to the left block and go down and to the left, 2 singles from it. So 1, 2. We're then going to go down and to the left, 2 flat. Down to left, 1 single. Down and to the right, 4 single now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And from that final single block, we're going to put 1 below it and 1 to the right. From this now 2 flat right here, we're going to go up and to the left, 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to left, 2 vertical. Down to left, 1 single. And we're just shaping out the face now. I'm actually going to zoom out and show you guys how it looks. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to that 1 single right here that we just left off at. And we're going to continue by going down and to the right from it. 1 single. And this is all in yellow wool. Up and to the right, another single to create this weird triangle shape. There should be nothing filled in the center block right here. And from there, we're going to start touching back where we started by going up and to the right, 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, 4. And on the 4th block, we're going to put a placement block underneath it so that we can go down into the right, 3 flat. And this is going to lead us out into the right wing. Now, if you remember, we marked the block right here. We can actually end up touching that block by continuing on this 3 flat. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go up and to the right, 1 single. And then from there, we're going to go up and to the left, 4 singles, and it should touch there at a diagonal like I was saying. So let's see that. 1, 2, there it is, 3, 4. And you can get rid of that dirt block now, because after you have the 4 single, the block that's supposed to be touching it is there. From there now, we're going to go up and to the left, 2 vertical. And we're going to start going up and to the right now and reaching out for the wing. So this part's very easy. It's a lot of singles and flats. So we're going to go up and to the right, 1 single. Up and to the right, 2 flat, 2 times in a row. 1, 2. Placement block, 1, 2. Up and to the right, 1 single again. Up and to the right, 2 flat. Down and to the right, 1 single. So it's going to be going up and down. From here, it's going to actually be going up only, but before it was just going up and down because we need to get the jagged shape. Zapdos is made of electricity, and electricity is very, like, I don't know, like zigzaggy, so that's the point of it. Anyways, we're going to up and to the right, 3 flat, 4 times in a row now. So we're getting really close to the tip of the wing. So 1, 2, 3, just like this. And we're going to do that 4 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. From there, we're going to up and to the right, 4 flat. Up and to the right, 2 flat. Up and to the right, 4 flat again. 1, 2, oops, 2, 3, 4. And then for the tip of the wing, we're going to up and to the right, 2 flat. So that's the farthest to the right the wing's actually going. We can bring it back inward now, but first I'm going to clean up the space by getting rid of these extra dirt blocks that are all over the place. Now going back to the left of that 2 flat where we have the 4 flat, we're going to go to the final block and use that to bring it down. So that final block, we're going to mark it with a single, and then we're going to go down and to the left from it, 2 flat. From that 2 flat now, we're going to go down and to the left, 2 singles. 1, 2. We're then going to go down and to the left, 2 flat again. Then 2 singles. 1, 2. And we'll do that pattern again of 2 flat followed by 2 singles. So 2 flat, 1, 2. Then put your placement block so you can get 2 singles going. And now we're almost ready to finish the first arch in the wings. We're going to go down to the left, 2 flat. then one single. So if you notice, it's the same patterns, it's just slight changes ever so often. And to finish off this final part, we're going to go down to left 2 flat and then 2 singles again. So 2 flat, then 2 singles, and that's the first part of the wing done. And if you want to know if you did it correctly, your wing on this final block should be lined up with the final block in the 3 right here, as you can see. So let me just show you. See, it's lined up, which means I did it correctly. Now from that single, we're going to go down and to the right from it, 8 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on the 5th and 6th block in our 8 flat, so these two right here, we're going to mark them and put 1 yellow below each of them. And we're going to work from there. Next, we're going to go down and to the left, 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Down to left 2 flat, 2 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. And now I'm just going to clean up some of the workspace. Finishing that up, we're going to go down to left 3 flat again. 1, 2, 3. And then down to left 1 single to finish the second arch in his wing. And then we'll go on to the final one now. There's 3 arches in each wing, as you can see from the left side. So from that single now, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat. And from the right block into 2 flat, we're going to put 1 below it. Now from there, we're going to go down to left 2 flat 3 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2, 1, 2, that's 3. And you can get rid of the dirt blocks each time just to keep your space clean, because we're almost done, really close to finishing up. All we're going to do now is go down to left 1 single, and then down to left 2 flat 2 times in a row, and it should touch with what we already had waiting for it. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and it did, so that's correct. We're almost done now. All we have to do is focus on some of the minor detail. I'm going to do the inner detail of the beak right now, just so that we can be done with the entire inner part of Zapdos. So what we're going to do is go to the left side where we have these dirt blocks placed right here, and where we have these 2 vertical yellows. We're going to work from there. And to the right of those 2 yellows, we're going to put another set of 2 yellows to the right. And from those new set, we're going to put 2 below it, 1, 2, and 4 above it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be 8 long. Now from the top of it, we're going to go up and to the right, 2 flat. Down and to the right, 9 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then to close off the shape, we're going to go down to left 1 single. And then up and to left 1 single. So now your Zapdos is completely done. All we have to do is the outer outline kind of thing, the frame, on the top left wing and the right one. So we're going to jump right into that right now, and then I'll be able to show you how the finished product looks and stuff. So we're going to go to the top left wing where we have these 2 flats waiting for it up here. And what we're going to do is from that 2 flat, we're going to put a placement block up and to the left, and then a yellow up and to the left from that, like so. From that yellow, we're going to go up and to the left, 3 vertical. And from that 3 vertical, we're going to go to the top 2 blocks and put 1 to the left. Now from those 2 blocks, we're going to up and to the left, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And on the top block in that 3 vertical, we're going to put 1 to the right. What we're doing right now is basically just framing out this shape of the arch or whatever. And just so you guys remember, I did say if you guys think that the arch isn't the same yellow as the Zapdos, make sure to use sandstone or smooth sandstone for these parts and the parts down there, and yellow for the inner parts. It makes a difference. The sandstone does look a lot better, I think sometimes, but I also wanted to use yellow. So anyways, what we're doing from the frame is we're going to go down and to right from here, 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Down to right, 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to a 3 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. Placement block. 1, 2, 3. Down to a 4 flat again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to a 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And we're almost at the end right here. All we're going to do now is go down to a 4 flat again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down to down into the right 3 flat 2 times in a row. I can't speak today. 1, 2, 3, placement block, 1, 2, 3. Now from that final 3, we're going to go to the middle block and put 1 below it. And that's what we're going to use to start reaching back towards that part, or we can just go to the left part and bring that down, which I think is a better idea. Let's go back to the left part. So what we're going to find is this first 3 vertical right here. And on the top block, we're going to up and to the right 1 single. And that's what we're going to work with. From that single, we're going to go down and to the right 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, just put a placement block to the right or underneath each time you finish. So we're going to go down to the right 3 flat next. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to put them underneath. It's a lot easier that way. Down to the right 4 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, it's important to go back and clean up your extra space. If you don't need the dirt blocks, just get rid of them. They just crowd up the pixel art. Now to finish off the shape, we're going to go down into the right 3 flat. Down to the right 4 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 4th one's right there. And we already had the 1 single waiting for us, so you're done right there. All you have to do is fill in these extra holes right here, which I think there's about 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. And they're done with that. Now let's go to the right side of the pixel art and finish up that last wing, and we will be done with our Team Instinct pixel art. So what we're going to do on the right side is go to the same 2 flat that's above, like we did on the left side, except we're going to go to the left block in the 2 flat, and we're going to put 4 placement blocks above it, and then a yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then a yellow, just like that. Delete the placement blocks. From that yellow, we're going to put 3 to the right of it. And then what you're going to want to do is we're going to stick to the right of it for now. We're going to go up and to the right 1 single. Down to the right 2 vertical. Down to the left 1 single. But we're not going to stop there. From that single, what you're going to do is put 1 to the right so it connects to what we already had. And then we're going to go up and to the right 2 vertical, so it doubles the layers that we had right here. It's just a double layer, so now it's a big fat brick chunk. From those 2 verticals we just placed, we're going to go up and to the right 2 vertical again. We're then going to go on top of that and put 1 block extra on top to make it 3 long. Except from that new block, we're going to put 1 to the left and 1 to the right. Now it's time to go down into the left from there, and we're going to finish up the shape. So we're going to go down into the left from this 3 flat, another 3 flat, 1, 2, 3, down to the left 4 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just put your placement block to the left each time or underneath. That's a lot more helpful than just like waiting. Down into the left 3 flat now, 1, 2, 3, down into the left 4 flat 2 times in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4. Placement block underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's go back and get rid of these dirt blocks now. And now to finish off the shape, we're going to go down to the left 3 flat. Down to the left 4 flat. Down to the left 3 flat again, and then a 4 flat. So we're going to do that same pattern of 3, 4 one more time. So let's placement block. 1, 2, 3. Placement block. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it for the top side. So for the bottom, what we're going to do is we're going to go to where we have this 4 flat waiting for us right here from what we started. And we're going to go down into the left from there. So put your placement block underneath each time. 3 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. Placement block. 1, 2, 3. We're then going to go down into the left 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do that pattern another time of 4, 3. See what we have right here? We have 4 flat into 3 flat. We're going to do that one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. But we're not quite there yet. We still need to reach that little tip right there. So all we're going to do is go down to left 4 flat and then 1 single. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down into left 1 single. Now just to close out the shape, we can go up into left 1 single, from that down into the left, whatever it is. We have this just folding right here. To close out the shape, go up into left 1, and now you can close in all these gaps with extra yellows, and then you'll be done. Alright, so that is your Team Instinct pixel art, guys. To do it how I had it, I just outlined everything in black. So just go around each block in here and put black wool around it if you want to, or glowstone, whatever you want to use. Also make sure you go in and fill in the zapdos with yellow. I put the beak as black inside here, like right here, all black, just so you can see. But you don't have to, that can be see-through. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I'm going to show you guys the finished product actually. I always do that. I forgot to do that right now, so I'll go show you the finished one. So like what I was saying before I did the cut, most of the pixel art is yellow, but everything's just outlined in black. So you guys can freeze frame if you want right here, but it's pretty easy to follow along with. Everything, every yellow I mean, gets a black wool to the left, above, to the right, or underneath it. And once you do that, you should be set. In the center right here, there was a lot of gaps. I filled those in with black just to give it more definition. And then also the center beak, I put black there. You don't have to, but if you want to make yours look exactly like mine, you should do that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this pixel art tutorial. I know it was quite a long one, but I'm trying to keep them in less parts so that way I can have a lot more pixel arts finished. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.